I think about these guys and the teams that we've had, as soon as we drafted Timmy, that's where it started.
The San Antonio Spurs win their first ever NBA championship. Remember the Alamo, and remember this moment.
He walks up to me like, hey, Manu Ginobili, with the Spurs.
Their third NBA World Championship. That's three. Woo!
When you put it in perspective, you're like, man, life is good.
The Spurs perhaps the new dynasty in sports.
It's supposed to be hard. It's the final. All right? Give them some adversity. Knock the stuffing out of them. Keep playing.
Three-point game, 19.4.
So Miami needs a good three. They've got time to set it up.
James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound, Bosh.
I guess the obvious word is disappointing.
Ray Allen, a three from the corner.
We were a few seconds away from winning the championship.
Back to Allen, the long shot.
And we let it go.
Allen from downtown.
You know, losing like that when everything was ready to raise the trophy and celebrate, and losing it like that and seeing our faces devastated, that was so painful. In my head, I was remembering every turnover, the last few plays, the rebound, the shot.
Worst loss ever. I never felt so sad in basketball, because you always talk about that part, life is bigger and it's more important stuff, in life. But man, that one was tough. I remember I was in the locker room and I took a towel and I put it in my head, because it's the first time I wanted to cry and I couldn't look at you or look at my teammates. I was so sad. And you were talking and I was listening to you, but I had my towel and I was I couldn't believe what just happened. I was it's so cruel what the basketball gods are doing right now.
There's just little plays in there that I just remember that I messed up on. I was just I can't believe that. And obviously, you always talk about it's a accumulation of a whole game. It's not just one play or another play, but to us, there were those plays that we did that we could have changed that situation. I remember going in the locker room and laying down on the floor. But I was yeah, we got to get up. We got to play one more. We can win this next one, and then we lose the next one. It's just all of it was just crushing.
We let each other down. I wasn't feeling bad for myself because I struggled only. But I also felt bad because I disappointed him, and because I disappointed you, and I really couldn't look at you in the face after that game.
We all lived with it, thought about it every day. There wasn't one day would go by and we'd be at dinner or something and somebody would mention it. And I'd say, I almost went the whole day, and you have to bring that up. I was actually going to have a clear day today, and you brought it up again. So that day would be ruined.
Season starting now. You can't erase last year and what happened or the thoughts of what happened last year, but to be back on the court with these guys and to see us starting another journey is great for us.
It was tough. I remember training camp first day when you
I didn't
put the
want to
tape.
see that.
It was hard to watch. I almost wanted to go like this. I'm why, Pop, are you doing this?
Yeah, that was the first day. Game 6 all over again. That was the big push at training camp. No, it's not the basketball gods. It was in our control and we didn't get it done. And I've always been a believer that players react better to the truth than blowing smoke at them or trying to manipulate them or tell them something so they'll do this or that. But if you tell them the truth and you really go after it, Now, that assumes one thing, that the people you're telling the truth to have the kind of character that you guys have, so you can deal with it and not blame other people or feel sorry for yourself or get angry, but face it and then know what are the steps I got to take now to take care of what I'm looking at right there and don't like, and what can we do better.
With the first pick in the 1997 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Tim Duncan from Wake Forest University.
As soon as we drafted him, as if it was a tough choice, we took a lot of phone calls. People would call and say, hey, we'll give you a second, you know, just pick anybody on our team, we'll use it. And I said, yeah, okay, thank you.
Pop, here's Tim. Okay.
So, Pop, all I've heard from since I've gotten here was that you're going to trade me. That's all I've heard for the last 20 minutes.
But as soon as we drafted him, I went down to St. Croix. We just spent, whatever, I can't even remember now, 4 or 5 days together. And we just go down to the beach and we go swim. I wanted to know who he was. He probably wanted to know who I was, too. I'd watch him swim. I'd go, my gosh, if he's as good a basketball player as he is a swimmer, this is going to be pretty cool.
Titi, I was going to ask you, what were your expectations about yourself when you got selected?
I didn't know what to expect in the NBA. I didn't know if I was going to be good or average or bad or what it was. Right after I get drafted, Poppy's like, there's summer camp. Do you want to go play? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to play. Of course, I want to get out there and get as much experience as possible. And I show up for that, and I sucked.
Really?
I was awful.
In Summer League?
Yeah, I was bad.
I have an Ostertag story to prove it.
I was bad.
First of all, you know, the number one draft pick doesn't often go to the summer league. So I knew we had somebody with character. And one of the first times down the court, Timmy went to get a shot, and Ostertag sent it like in the 10th row. And what was really cool about it, Timmy no expression whatsoever. That's just what happened. He went down to the other end, and Ostertag comes across and he sends his, you know, up into like the 10th row. And didn't change his expression at all. You guys know how I love that. So I knew that we had somebody that was a hell of an athlete, that had character, that, you know, wasn't going to be beating his chest and doing all that silly stuff. Now he came to training camp, and David Robinson watched him play. And about the second practice, the whole offense changed. David was now in the dunker spot, and Timmy was on the block catching the ball, and David never even said a word.
It could be, you know, his team now, and it's a great chance for him to do it. It's, you know, training camp, it's time to come in here and really establish yourself.
And everybody would always ask him, what did you do to David? What did you say to David to buy this? You know, this new kid comes in, and all of a sudden David's not getting all his touches. And I just told the truth. Nothing. Never said a word to David. And Timmy just grew and grew from there.
The San Antonio Spurs win their first ever NBA championship.
Tony, when you got here, did you know right away that you could win? Or you were like, I don't know what's going on?
I don't know anything, dude.
Yes, I did.
You know he could win.
Yes, I did. I watched the NBA a lot when I was in France. I wake up at 3 in the morning, and my little brother, his favorite player was David Robinson, because he didn't want to be a Bulls fan, because me and TJ, we were Bulls fans. So he was a Spurs fan, and he loved David. And David came to France, and we went to see him play. And he hugged me with my brother like this. We always watch the Spurs on TV because of him. So I saw the 99 when he won the championship and stuff like that. So when I got drafted, I was like, man, life is funny.
Yeah, people! Comment allez-vous? Ça va bien. Ça va bien.
How long before we gave him the ball and said, you're the point guard?
Oh, 5 games.
5 games.
My rookie year.
That's scary.
I was scared. I was scared when you told me you starting, because I knew TD was very close with Antonio Daniels, And I was like, man, Pop's doing this after 5 games. Timmy's gonna hate me. He's never gonna talk to me.
He looked at me with a raised eyebrow, like, are you serious?
What are you doing? I was scared of how he was gonna react. Like, I felt like I was ready and I was ready to take the challenge, but I was worried of how he was gonna react. And I don't know if you remember that. Pop Ben was like, "Are you sure Timmy is okay with it?" Like, I don't know if you remember that. I was like, "You sure he gave the blessing?" Because
Timmy will be fine.
Yeah.
Timmy will be fine. He'll figure it out. He allows that kind of stuff to happen.
I help you, you help me, you know? No?
We got it. We got it.
It don't work like that?
We work the right way. We work together. You're the point guard. You do the setup.
Could you tell he had something in him first season? Or not really?
No, I mean, he was a little skinny kid. He was fast. He could score. I don't know if he could be a point guard.
Timmy, right side.
He was 19.
I know, but Avery was our point guard, and Avery was
a point guard.
Yeah, a point guard. Like, he controlled everything and told everybody where to go.
I remember Pop when I first arrived.
Never let the ball go.
I want you to be like Avery Johnson. And me in my head, no disrespect to Avery, I was like, I don't want to be Avery Johnson. I want to be better than
Who's the other guy, though?
John Stockton.
Stockton. You know,
you showed me a paper and you said John
there.
Stockton, and you're here, and you're here, and we like to be in the
Here's a true point guard over here. The other end of the scale, this is you, Tony. You're over here.
Whatever you are now.
Yeah, my goal is, I don't want to make you John Stockton, but I like to bring you here, which is the most difficult place to be, really.
Find that happy middle.
Nice pass, Tony Parker. Good job, Tony.
Thanks for pushing me. Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's
what it's a crazy feeling.
That's what it's about, baby, right?
Yes.
You earned it. You earned it.
Kawhi Leonard, the fans of San Antonio know how great you are, and now the whole world does.
They get a kick out of him, I get a kick out of him, just because he's steady. And by steady, I mean he doesn't speak ever. All day, all practice, he just plays. And he's been so humble, you can see the emotion. Everybody loved him getting the MVP trophy.
It was that Kawhi Leonard trade for George Hill that vaulted them back in to real contention.
My favorite player, Georgie. We gave him up for Kawhi.
I wasn't very happy that we traded George. George was a big part of us, and we all loved him so much. I don't know.
You guys thought we were crazy.
A rookie. We worked out with him together, and I said,
like, can we give up Georgie for him? Yeah, all right, well, maybe they saw something.
But you said the same thing when Manu came. I said, Timmy, you're going to really like this guy. Yeah, we'll see.
Behind the back on the break. Ginobili, if that goes.
How many times have we gotten yelled at for stuff that he's done?
That he's done?
Yeah, we're on the bench sitting there, and he does something. He comes down to us and yells at us for it.
Did you see what he just did?
I don't.
Go talk to him.
Yeah.
You guys go talk to him. I'm tired of talking to him. You guys go do it. He's your teammate. I can't do it all.
I want to see if you can get as many shots up in the same minutes as he can. That's your goal. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's got like 4 or 5 already.
Remember, first year you were here, when we practiced, you'd have to play against Bruce a lot. And Bruce used to beat the absolute crap out of you. That's where I kind of started believing, or started seeing that he had something, that he was as good as advertised, because Bruce would go at him and beat him up and try to slow him down, and he played through all of it.
That's exactly
He played through all of it.
not that I didn't understand it, but it frustrated me, like saying, what the hell, is my teammate.
Yeah.
So he challenged me, and it was funny. It made me better.
Beat the crap out of you.
First play of the game. Tony, you're in charge. All right, who's in charge? Who's in charge? Okay. You're in charge. Don't listen to Manu.
In your case, there was no competitor. So you know who was your Bruce?
Who was my Bruce?
I was.
Oh, boy.
You always, Pop, you're on me. I was your Bruce. There was nobody for you to compete against. Tony, what are you doing? No, I didn't. I said the same group that was on the floor. Listening is important.
It was brutal. I've never seen anyone yelled at as much as felt bad for you. I really did.
It made me a better player, that's for sure.
I sat behind you in the film room, just give you one of these every once in a while. You'll be all right, kid.
Manu, what did you just tell him to do? And what did I tell the team we're in to start the quarter? That's your problem.
We got yelled a lot.
Those are those little discipline things that are going to win and lose us games. Everybody's got to know what we're in all the time.
But, you know, here and there, it was his turn too.
TD, what are we in? On pick and roll, what are we in? We're in hedge, let's go. On the side, 2.
If you see that and him just, you know, taking it and not going back at him because he was the franchise player, I said, okay, if he takes it out, I can take it too.
Imagine some new guy and it's his first year in the program and it's his first film session or the first time out of the first game and I'm saying, Timmy, you going to rebound tonight or what? You going to maybe get 1 rebound? What are we going to do here? And that young kid's wondering, oh my gosh, did he really say that to Tim Duncan? I got the easiest job in the NBA because you guys allow it to be said the way it should be said. Look at it. Hold up, hold up. That's too slow. Let's do it again. I don't see anybody sprinting.
He makes your role very clear at every
That's what I was point. Saying. He defines everybody's role. He sticks them right in the slot. So and then you have to fight your way out of that role.
Manu! Get back!
You, as I said, he never got on a bolt for you. Just fought him the whole time.
If Timmy turns and faces, you have to leave. Remember? If he's posting, you can stay or go corner. But if he turns and faces, you have to leave. You did. You were tough. You were tough. When you drove.
But he's not going to double team. He's like.
At some point in that first year or 2 years or third year or whatever it might have been, yeah, I said, why do you do that? Why? What are you? He goes, my mother, this is what I do. And from that day on, we pretty much let him do what he does. He wants to do it, we'll let him go.
Ginobili, around O'Neal, what a move by Manu Ginobili.
So he taught me to be a little bit more patient, to widen my horizons, think out of the box a little bit more. And it was great. Keep shooting. Keep shooting it, follow through. Be brave, be aggressive. Just couldn't be more happy for the guys, and especially for David, because he had just an awesome game to end his career, and that's pretty special. And there's some guys, though, that are uncoachable. You know, you just saw one of them right there. The guy, the big guy, just walked by. He's uncoachable. He just wants to do whatever he wants to do on the court.
Nice jersey.
I know, my last jersey. It's all stained with champagne. It stinks now. We'll have to wash it.
David was here for 2, 99 and 03, and then he retired. And still did a great job in 03. I think in that final game, I think he had like 16, 17 rebounds.
17 rebounds.
In that game. I couldn't get Timmy to board, so luckily David was there to get a rebound that day, you know, so he did it. But go ahead, you can talk about that.
Personally, being a competitor, I kind of wanted to prove that we could kind of continue to do it. Like even though Dave was gone and Dave was a big part of it, that we could get back and continue to win and continue to win another championship. And so kind of that was my drive. That was my drive more than anything.
Top guy, that guy's digging down. So get ready to shoot. If I go into the middle, I'm not going right in the shot all the time. I might do it right back to you.
7 to shoot. Tim backing him down. Into the paint, spins, gets it out to Ginobili for 3. And that is a Manu Trace. The San Antonio Spurs have won their 3rd NBA World Championship.
We went through so many things in so many years. Always being old. It seems like everybody always calls us vets.
Yeah.
But we always...
Not bad for a bunch of old guys.
Yeah. Find a way to get those 55 wins and go out there and compete against the young, talented superstars.
This is going to be your league in a little while, but I appreciate you giving us this year.
But I think we always competed with class. We learned to win, but we learned to lose too. Face up always.
Good effort, great job. Just remember, right now, for the rest of the year.
Winning and losing graciously.
That's the right way.
That's it. You know, you guys win well and you lose well. That's almost like un-American. Like, you know, it's supposed to be the only thing. But the right way in the high road is to lose well along with winning well. And there's a way to do it.
What a wonderful display of sportsmanship and class from Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs.
I like what TD said yesterday. We talked and he said we have good people at heart. And I think that's the best thing. When you choose the players, they're like good people and all they care is the team. So I think then it's easy for everybody to follow.
Great leadership. You didn't get 30. It was great leadership and solid play with the ball from your teammates. Great job.
I have to trust my teammate in this series.
Exactly.
You guys lead the way. It makes it easy for us to have everybody else follow. It's a huge part of why things work the way they do. Before somebody comes in, we do our best to try to figure out who they are at that point and whether we really want to bring them or not. Because we've always thought, you know, people are who they are. You're not going to make a competitor non-competitive or vice versa. You're not going to make a guy a team player if he's not. Selfishness is pretty much not even a topic with the guys that we bring in. And if it shows itself, minutes are the best equalizers.
Pass the ball! Excuse me? What do you mean he's supposed to be there? You got a double team out there and the guy's wide open right in front of you.
The selfish person sits, no matter what the talent level, and it works.
And you've always been willing to do that.
You got to be willing to sit the guy, and he's got to know that you're willing to do it.
Yeah.
Or you're held hostage and it doesn't work. If I didn't sit that guy, you guys would be angry at me. Well, that's what I'm getting paid for. You know, you guys got to play. And if I didn't do the right thing in that sense, I would hear it. As I do from each of you guys now and then, for sure, in certain situations.
So you can yell at him, you can say anything you want to him?
Well, that's a big word to yell at him, you know, but I can say something and advise him, you know, and we try to stay on the same page and make sure we get it done.
I start on the bench, so I get to see what was going on more. And there were some plays, especially this year, where it was like boom, 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 wow. Or those, you know, passes from, you know, Tony to a wing to Boris to you, or an extra pass to the corner. It was fun. He said, wow, this is nice. We are playing at a really high level. And if we could understand that this is the way to go on a daily basis, it can be so special.
Lay everything out there, and that means with your teammates. They got talent. We got to beat them with all of us.
Green finds Splitter, beautiful feed to Diao.
I don't think we ever, especially us two that we handle the ball more, we never bought into it as much as this year. This year we knew that if we didn't do it, it was going to be similar to last year. And I think that it showed. It showed how we moved that ball.
That is T-E-A-M-T.
I never received as many calls, messages, and saying how
I think going through the year, when we sat down and we had other guys come in and play, and those guys getting the confidence of being on the floor, and us getting the confidence with playing with those guys, you trusted that they would make the right decision.
But we do it by doing what we normally do. We have to do this together.
Pop says it about you all the time. You're the ultimate competitor. You want to get it done, and you trust yourself above anybody else. So sometimes you take it upon yourself to get it done.
Manu all the way in, left hand slam.
We get to a situation like this where we got teammates where you trust that everybody's going to make the unselfish play and the right play. Well, I think that's what translated into the end result.
So many possessions with multiple passes.
And everybody on their roster has scored.
how much trust we put on everybody, and you know, the fact that nobody played 30 minutes, that's, you know, it's a number because it could have been 31.
Yeah.
the fact that it was 30 made it, you know, more popular. Yeah. But it's beyond that. The fact that everybody played, we got hurt, you missed 2 weeks, we kept winning.
Missed. Missed. Did he go on vacation for 2 weeks?
Yeah, well, sort of.
We gave him a little rest.
Pop sent him
was
on vacation.
stressed out.
Tony was bruised,
stressed.
and you know he had a tough couple of days.
So he had boo-boos everywhere.
His elbow hurt and his leg hurt. And, you know, so. I think the French Open was going on there. Or something. Cannes Film Festival.
Good concentration, Tony. Keep following through. Everyone, don't let up. Rest of your life, everyone, follow through, follow through. Good concentration, Tony. Keep following through. Everyone, don't let up. Rest of your life, everyone, follow through, follow through.
I would love to just play for as long as I can for Pop because he is like a god, basically.
You were so consistent this year.
I'm trading Tim Duncan. We're trading Tim.
Oh, really?
Put that on there.
Oh, you got to see
He'll be traded by July 10th.
The Magic are going straight to the top shelf. They've cleared cap room and they're begging Tim Duncan to come in and dance.
So I got a question for you. What made you decided to stay in San Antonio after the 4 years? You know, when you were a free agent. And
it was just kind of going back and forth. But when it was time to make the decision, ultimately it was talking to Pop. He was probably the biggest part of why I stayed.
Do you think your relationship with Tim played a role in this decision?
Well, thankfully I didn't run him off. So the relationship was good enough that he didn't run away from me.
Knowing that what we were building here and the family atmosphere and the team and I was all comfortable with that, and it's great to have confidence in who's leading your organization, your team, and knowing that they have your best interest at hand. That's what made me stay, and that's what has kept me here all these years.
I guaranteed him more championships. I just think, what the hell? I'll just say it. You know.
The wiring in your brain might accept this. If I just change the name of it, you won't know, and then you'll run it maybe.
Okay. I still don't know it. One play, 7 years.
I know it. It's only been 7 years. That's all right.
The 2 times I was free agent, I never even considered it, because one time I visited other teams, but I didn't wait for the offer even.
Your defense and Bruce on the stretch perimeter, unbelievable.
You watch it already?
Yeah.
You watch it already?
Me personally, those 3, the main reasons why I stayed.
Because we got good people, because we win, because we've got a great situation, and we got everybody focused on the same stuff. All those reasons.
Timmy loves it. He's going to take the French passport to play with the French national team. Because state doesn't win no more, so he can come with us and have a better chance. Until
But you guys generally, I mean, you genuinely enjoy being with each other as much as playing with each other, and you care about each other, and that's not always the case. You know, you have to enjoy being on that bus, being on that airplane, you know, going to the hotel, game after game. The people you're with are important, and you guys care about each other.
Manu Ginobili, his first All-Star game. He's a rock star, so it's nothing different to him. Camera's always on him. He's got the hair. He's got the media coverage.
No wet today.
Oh, it's not wet today. He hasn't wet it down yet, so he's not. Please turn the camera off. Please turn the camera off.
It's always been something I wonder about. It's like at what price point does quality of life become more important than getting the extra $5 million? If you don't get that certain number, everybody else will look at you in a different way. And a lot of people have put themselves in that situation, and then they're miserable, you know, day after day after day, and lose and lose and lose.
The cool part sometimes is hearing from ex-teammates that are like, "Oh, we miss what we had there."
Yeah.
Or we wish we never left, or wish we could come back. Or I think that's a huge validation for us in our decisions to stay, and for what we have and what's here.
I think we all valued our relationship. We all understood our roles. We never wanted more. I didn't care about starting or playing 35 minutes, the same as you didn't care about, you know, scoring 25 and...
You think you could play 35 minutes a game?
Not.
I just wanted to make that clear.
But maybe at 27, 28,
yeah, exactly.
I could have.
Tim wanted to go back in the game. Look at Pop. No, denying him.
And I always joke that I've wrecked all your career stats because I always take you guys out in the fourth quarter, so your stats are going to be worse than other stars in the league.
If you play the whole quarter, it'll be 29 minutes.
And that's true. I have wrecked your stats. I apologize.
Yeah, but I'm fine. I didn't play for 3 days, Bob. I'm 29 years old.
Get back out there.
But what it does for the team is unbelievable, and I'm lucky that you guys allow that to happen. Because a lot of teams, the guys are not going to sit there and think, what do you want, I'm going to play 28 minutes? Are you kidding me? I want to play 39. But I don't have that problem because of you guys. So, pretty special.
It's a great effort, great job. And all that matters is learn it from, because now, in the end of the year, we're going to improve a hell of a lot more than they are. You just keep this in your head and remember.
We know it's special.
Now, we got a game tomorrow, so you guys are going to lighten up on the press a little bit, right? You can't talk to those guys 24 hours a day, Tony. I don't care if they're from Paris or not, right? All they want is a story. You want to win basketball games, so you can spend some time on the game and not all those people.
Like you, Pop. I'm just trying to be nice with
You helped me becoming a better man on and off the court, and that's why I love being here, because you know you care about us.
Not too much.
And then I feel guilty after I get on. My wife will say, or I'll say, how did practice go? Or I heard this, or you know, somebody said this. What did you do? And I said, well, you know, I sort of got on something. What did you say to him? Did you apologize? You know, that kind of stuff.
Little dissension from the boys, but that's all right. We can handle a little dissension. Little dissension is good. Don't hit the coaches. Leave the coaches alone. Okay, here's the deal. I'm so proud of you guys for playing for 48 minutes every game throughout the entire playoff. I mean, you earned this. You deserve it. Really happy for you. But there's a couple things I got to say. Number one, we're going to practice some next week because
The San Antonio Spurs are now just one step away from the prize that has been their goal all season long, the NBA championship.
We had an incredible opportunity to redeem ourselves.
San Antonio did it as a team with some of the most beautiful team basketball we've seen in a long, long time.
Spurs by 18. Everybody on their feet at the AT&T Center.
I remember the moment where we got that lead and we said, well, this is ours. And with the same group. It was so satisfying, and I felt like something was still stuck in my leg from last year, and I felt like, you know, I healed.
The San Antonio Spurs are the world champions.
Now we're here and we're celebrating a championship, and you like, when you put it in perspective, you're like, man, life is good.
That's why this one's so sweet.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I say to everybody, like, this one is my favorite.
Come full circle in a year, and we get to do it at home. Get to do it in front of our families. We have our kids there. It's just all those things just makes it all that much more special for me.
I never felt that kind of relief. It was such a relief because that was such a burden to carry all year long. All of us, you know, felt that same burden because we had let it slip away last year. That catharsis we went through all year, you know, was concluded with all those hugs. I just wanted to enjoy it and watch it. I took a moment for myself. I just wanted to enjoy these guys. to see these guys hugging each other again, it was my most satisfying moment in athletics.
7 years, man. We're back. Welcome back. Not bad for a bunch of old guys.
What are we going to remember down the road?
Me, first thing comes in mind is I feel like I'm very blessed and very lucky to have a career like that with you guys. Because I think it's very rare in sports what we're doing. Because right now there's so much like of business that, you know, teams break up like really fast. And
I think that's a key word. I think it's never felt like a business to us.
Yep. I always felt like family. Like when coach you come and invite us, you know, to dinner, and you know, I always felt like it was family, and I always enjoy, you know, going to dinner with TD or lunch, you know, with the international group and stuff like that. Like all those moments, that's what I think. That's what I'll remember after my career.
I wasn't ever invited to those?
Because you never want to go Italian.
I've done Italian 7,000 times. You know,
that's his fault.
For me, the thing that scares me is just like one day I'm going to have to play and all three of you guys, you know, you'll be gone. And that'll be very sad.
Well, for sure it's going to happen.
And very weird. That's what I'm saying. It's going to happen for sure for me. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be very weird for me when all three of you are going to be gone. But we did it the right way and very proud of it.
But it's hard to tell what I'll remember, besides the situation so unique. And I don't think it ever happened before so many years with the same coach and all that. But besides, of course, you know, the championship winning. But it happened to me that sometimes I remember the losses very well. And not in a depressing way, but I remember how we felt together. And we cried together. And what you say after the game, what you talk, what you communicate, how you felt is really strong. And I think that togetherness is what I'll remember.
I think I'd explain to people as like an evolution. We all changed along the way, and we went through different periods where we were better than the other one, but no matter who was at their best or who was leading us, we found a way to still win and all do it together.
Let me carry this boy. Let me carry this boy.
When I sit back, which I'm able to do now since I've been here so long, and think about these guys and the teams that we've had, I think the memory that I'll enjoy the most is when they celebrate with each other after each championship. They've got a lot of pictures that I've framed at the house, and most of them involve a great photo of them making a play and celebrating with each other, because that joy is pure. There's nothing else like it. I can still see them at the end of each championship, hugging each other, jumping up on each other, crying and laughing at the same time, so to speak. Those are the most vivid in my mind. I've never been more proud of a team, nor have I ever gotten as much satisfaction from a season in all the years I've been coaching. To see the fortitude you guys displayed in coming back from that horrific loss last year and getting yourselves back to that position and doing what you did in the finals. You're really to be honored for that, and I just can't tell you how much it means.